So again, today we're here, this Sunday afternoon on the 13th of July, 2014, here giving up our time, sacrificing our time. Could be on the beach in Point Pleasant, getting a suntan. But you know what? We're not going to do that. You know why? Because we've got some injustices we've got to rectify here in America. We've got certain things we're going to stand up for because we're proud of this country. We're proud of what our forefathers sacrificed themselves for. We're proud. And so we're not going to let some penny-ante politicians who got their own agenda, short-sighted agenda, pervert what our forefathers strove and sacrificed and shed their blood for. We're not going to let them mock the founding fathers. We're not going to let them mock the Constitution of this United States. We're not going to be satisfied till every person in this society has the ability to afford a place to live, has adequate housing that they can afford at their income. So what do we need? What do we need? All we need is land. Supply us some land. And there's enough churches out there. There's enough civic groups out there and organizations whose causes and purposes are to help the society, help the poor and the needy and the downtrodden. All we need is land, and we'll build that housing that is needed for the poor and the low income. All we need is land. We've got a lot of opposition out there, a lot of public land that's being held by the municipalities and by the counties, holding them back. If they would just release those lands for people to build small houses, that people can afford at McDonald's or Walmart or working at the gas station. If we could just have those lands available to us, we could make sure that every American have a place to live and they wouldn't have to be stressed out, wouldn't be overloaded, they wouldn't be up to their neck in credit card debt. They'd be happy Americans, willing and desiring to contribute back to the society, happy to be an American. Again, that's what we're here today for. We're here to stand up and tell the politicians and say, all we need is land. What we're here today is to say, politicians, stop with your crooked agenda. Stop catering to the special interest groups that has an agenda contrary to the Constitution and ethics of America. Politicians, don't just cater to the voting bloc. Don't cater to the special interest groups. You've got an obligation as the politicians and leaders and fathers of this community to look to the needs of everybody. To look to the needs of everybody. To look to the needs of the homeless, the poor, the downtrodden, the oppressed. You've got an obligation to rid the oppressed out of the hand of the oppressor. That's what David said in the Psalms. You've got a responsibility. Snatch the oppressed out of the hand of the oppressor. So again, don't be the oppressor. Don't be the one that wants to push the poor and the needy somewhere else. Thwart your responsibility and obligation as fathers and leaders of this community. So again, somebody said you never get anywhere unless you have some leverage. No power can seize power without a struggle. Somebody said that. So you say, well, they say, Minister Steve, you can get to that microphone and you can put your voice over the amplifier. But Minister Steve, if you don't have a voting block on your side, you don't have some leverage and some power on your side, Minister Steve, you're not going anywhere. We're not going to concede to you. We're not going to give you anything. You're nobody, Minister Steve. But you know what? They said that to Jeremiah. They said that to Jeremiah about 3,000 years ago. Jeremiah said to God, God, these people don't want to listen. These people don't want to heed. Even though I told them Nebuchadnezzar is coming down and he's going to wipe the temple off of its foundation. And he's going to exile the people to Mesopotamia for 70 years till they learn a lesson. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. So the same thing today, just as Jeremiah didn't come with a voting block, Minister Steve, Jeremiah didn't come with an army to create a coup. Jeremiah came with the voice of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord. Repent, turn around, do the right thing, treat the poor right, give us some land to build some houses on. Jeremiah said, I don't have any power except the power that's given to me by God. Just to say, if you don't change your ways, the hammer's coming down. The hammer's coming down. God will tolerate injustice for only so long. Then the hammer's coming down. So today, knowing that God doesn't lie, God doesn't play around, God's not in the joking business, he said to Jeremiah, warn them, if they don't want to listen, I'll exile them to Babylon. So again, that's the same thing that's going to happen today. God's going to give them a little bit of space to do the right thing on their own. But if they want to thwart the ethics and ideals of a good nation, a nation that has founded its principles on good ethics, on good moral ideals, if they want to thwart those ideals, catering to voting blocks and special interest groups, if you want to do that, again, the hammer will come down. Somebody said to me the other day, Minister Steve, are you threatening me? It was somebody from the inspection department. I said, you know what? This is not fair what's going on in Lakewood. And if you don't change this, the hammer's going to come down. Sooner or later, justice is going to catch up to you. And you know what the inspection department, the head of the inspection department said? Minister Steve, are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? And the police officer that was right there, he had his recorder on his belt. He says, I got it all right here on recording. I said, you're darn right I'm threatening you. You're darn right. If you're not doing the right thing by the Constitution, the ethics and laws of America, it's not me that's going to be threatening you. It's the law that's going to be threatening you. It's the laws of this country that our founding fathers spilt their blood for that's threatening you. You better be afraid. You better tremble in your boots. Minister Steve, are you threatening me? I said, it's not just me. I'm just the messenger here. I'm just the messenger. I'm standing behind the Constitution of the United States of America. It's the American Constitution that's threatening you right now. If you don't live up to the true meaning of the creed, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed with certain rights. Endowed with certain indivisible rights. Endowed with certain rights. And if you don't live up to the true meaning of the creed, that all men are created equal, you're not going to find the man down the street that's parked on unpaid property, but you're going to try to find me and kick me off the land. If that's the case, then you're not living up to the true meaning of the creed. You're not living up to the Constitution of the United States of America. You're thwarting the efforts and ideals of our founding fathers. And the hammer is going to come down. The hammer of justice will come down. So here, as we stand here and we hold our signs, we come out here to encourage the community. We come out here, and again, you know, we might be better off, we think, sitting in our nice little recliner chair at home with our feet up with our iced tea next to us, watching the latest show on TV. But you know what? I believe fire is shut up in our bones. We can't sit down on this. We can't let the injustices go by. We want to believe in a country that has equality and fairness, and that the resources of this nation go evenly to people that need them. And so, again, we stand up here in Town Square, crying aloud and reverberating the cry, all we need is land. All we need is land. And again, politicians, whoever you might be, township, county, state, federal politicians, if you're not willing to enforce the laws of this nation equally and fairly, if you're not willing to overlook the voting blocks and create a level playing field for everybody in America, step down.